Well, hello everybody. The YouTube kings are back. We're gonna see if we can dazzle you with some more information about Fairmont. I got a question for you. What you gonna do? Excuse me. Let me go again. What you gonna do? Who you gonna call if your kitchen catches on fire? If there's somebody strange walking up and down the block in front of your house? If you think you got a leak in your house and your water bill is $650, who are you going to call? Not the Ghostbusters. Who you're going to call is the Fairmont Town employees, the police, the fire, public works. That's who you're going to call. And that's the subject of our topic today. Talking about the wonderful employees we have and the absolute outstanding job that they do. Mr. Chestnut's going to tell you a little bit about that in a minute, but first I'm the history guy, so I'm going to give you a little past. When I first came on the town board in 1977, we had 40 employees. Really. We had people on top of people, falling over people. You know, like the old story, three people watching one guy with a shovel, one of those kind of things. Mr. Chestnut's laughing because he's probably heard that as the town manager somewhere else. We don't have that anymore here. But that's what we had, and we had a very limited space down at Public Works. Since then, we've added a new facility, and we've got hot and cold running water and indoor toilets. I'm just kidding about that, but things have changed since the 1970s. And what we're going to do today is to talk to you about when you have serious needs of police protection, fire protection, things that the Public Works folks do. We have people that are perfectly capable and qualified to do that kind of work. We have dedicated employees, and Mr. Chestnut's going to come in here and share his knowledge about what it is that our employees do, because technically they work for him. They don't work for me. Under the management form of government, he is their supervisor. So, Mr. Chestnut, I know you're real proud of the town employees, and I try to reward them with meals quarterly and with notes or letters whenever it's their birthday and their work anniversary. But you deal with them on a more personal basis, especially the supervisors. So tell our listeners and our viewers just how great our people are.
Right. You're right, Mr. Mayor, about the quality of the employees we have. That number you threw out, 40 employees, that's wild. But times were different then. The town was bringing in a lot more money from tobacco and textiles, and you could fund that workforce. Not so much these days. We really definitely are not overstaffed. And in one part of our town, we're understaffed, But this is what I can tell, the listeners out there is that the 22 full-time employees we have now, plus the 4 part-time employees now, really work hard for the town. They do a lot for the town. One of the things that really impressed me when I first got here in August of 2022 was the experience level at the department level. And what I mean by that is, our finance officer, our public works director, our parks and rec director, these employees have been in this town over 20 years. Yeah. And I don't micromanage them. They're really good at their jobs. And what that allows me to do, Mr. Mayor, is work even harder for the commissioners, because I don't have to micromanage department heads. So that's the number one thing, is that we have a considerable amount of experience at the department level head, and that carries down to our youngest employees. They see that example, they see the importance of what local governments do, and they work very hard. So that's a blessing for myself as a town manager, not to have to worry about micromanaging employees and department managers. It's amazing at what these guys do on a daily basis. Our police chief is a very good police chief. He has not been here 20 plus years, but he's been in law enforcement a long time. And I lean on him heavily to talk to me about current trends that are happening in our community and how it's important for Fairmont and what we're doing to protect our citizens. And these guys, you know, our town is big, real estate wise, you know, so our 8 full-time police officers really do what they can to take care of the town and its citizens, because like I said, there's a lot of real estate out there. And you know, just talking our public works guys, you know, I couldn't imagine being the public works director of this town, and all he has to be responsible for with water, sewer, garbage, street maintenance, you know, water, flooding, damage, drainage issues, you know. But I am really proud, you know, as I sit here and talk to yourself and talk to those listeners out there about the quality of work that our employees do, knowing what they're faced with on a daily basis. You know, so I really, you know, you do a very good job, you and the Board of Commissioners, of supporting our employees with these quarterly luncheons that you do for us. And other commissioners have been very supportive of. You know, you do make those letters and write out cards for anniversaries and birthdays. And I don't know if there's a lot of other mayors and managers doing things like that, but it's definitely, you know, when I walk into my office and I get a letter from you, or my youngest employee in the town gets a letter from you, it holds that same impact that, you know, the Board of Commissioners and yourself are really proud of our employees. And even myself, you know, they keep me out of trouble. You know, I don't have to answer questions about what they're doing. You know, and these are really good professionals at what they do, Mr. Mayor.
Well, our town employee luncheon, the last one we had, I walked in and fortunately the inmates that we have, the 5 inmates were off to one side of the table. And I looked around and I said, where's everybody else? And one of the employees, Public Works employees, said, this is it. And I counted 8.
Yeah.
Folks, you don't have to go to Las Vegas to see a magician.
That's right.
All you gotta do is go down to Public Works and see Ronnie Seals. He is the most amazing person to be able to do what he does to keep this town moving and clean in a Public Works sort of way with 8 employees and
Yes,
5 inmates
Yes,
from
sir.
the Laurinburg Institute over there, the prison. I'm just blown,
Yes, sir.
blown away by that.
Yes, sir.
And we have the North Carolina Clerk of the Year
That's right.
for some time past. Jenny Larson is an amazing person.
Yeah.
If she told me right now that we had $786.15 in the town treasury, I wouldn't even ask Chestnut
That's
if,
right.
if that was correct.
They're really good.
She is an amazing person. She
Yeah,
really is.
she's-
We've got wonderful employees.
Yeah.
I wish I was you sometime to be able to have all the great employees that you've got.
Yeah,
You know?
and again, it's a great thing, a great team, and we all serve well together.
Absolutely.
You know,
We're family.
Most definitely. And
Don't talk about our employees,
That's right. That's right.
because we will come after you.
Most definitely. You know, so really good place to be in for the town, and for our board as we push these initiatives going forward to get the town cleaned up, preparing for the future, making infrastructure upgrades, keeping the community safe, Mickey keeping our kids engaged in baseball. You know, it really has taken the entire town to make what happens here on a daily basis. It's not about the board, it's not about yourself, but our employees really drive change in this town, Mr. Mayor.
But with the employees, we could all pack up our little kit bag and go home,
Most definitely.
as the song says.
Most
Thank y'all for listening, and we'll be back next week, but we felt that we owed the employees
That's
this
right.
shout out.
Most
So you got a 7.5 minute shout out. Pat them on the back if you see them. Thanks
Most
for
definitely.
listening.